Yo, what is up? Good morning, Tracker, Temmie, Hunter, Son of Jackal. Just watched the Quest 3 announcement. It's exciting. I'm really excited that we got some news. I'm not as excited that that's all the news we got for freaking 4 months from now or something. Basically, they ended it by saying, hey, wait for the September 27th Connect event, I think. So I'm guessing they're going to do the drop there. You'll be able to probably pre-order that day. That's usually what they do every year, or every year a headset comes out. How we doing? Chill Cola, Ear Flap, Big Bastion, Yuri. Good morning, everybody. I'm pretty excited for this showcase. I'm really excited. I feel like they dropped that Quest 3 news ahead of it. That was a pretty big deal. Like, they could have saved that for the showcase, but I kind of have a suspicion that they weren't really planning on dropping that. And then with all this rumor that the Apple headset was coming, they were like, oh, we got to get something out ahead of time. So yeah, I kind of have a feeling that's what happened there. Just check on this live stream, make sure everything is looking good here. Geez, we already got like 30 people in here. Is everybody ready to hear about some new games? I'm pretty excited. I have no idea, but I feel the thing everyone's waiting for is Quest 3. So for those of you showing up here, Sammy B, Lucky Scorpio, Nayella, John, what's up, buddy? Ellis, for all of you showing up, the way we usually do these kind of gaming showcases is we'll have, once the event starts, I'll go dark, mute, we'll just full screen the event, and I'll be chatting with you here in chat, typing, so that way we can focus on what's happening there, not get too distracted. Marquez, I actually just posted the Quest 3 trailer. Yeah, it looks good. Thinner design. We kind of knew all the details, I feel like, through leaks and stuff already, except for the price of $499. I see one person asking, Alice is asking, do you think they should drop the price of the Quest 2? I mean, I would love to see it go back to the $300 in the meantime. I feel like anyone who knows better in the industry is going to be waiting for that Quest 3 anyway, so it's hard to imagine that a lot of Quest 2s are going to sell between now and then. But I mean, if they drop it to $300 when the Quest 3 comes out, maybe people will still buy it, because that's still a significant amount less. It's definitely different. Whoa, what's up, Koala? Oh, it's always a good day for Jay streams. It's a rare day when Jay streams. We got over 30 people here. We got like 10 likes so far. Thank you, everybody. 12 likes. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'm excited for today. I'm excited for what's to come. I feel like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is top of mind, but tell me in the chat, what are your guesses for games that are going to be launched today, or at least be told to us today? I kind of wonder if we're going to get some announcements for some really cool looking games, and we're going to find out later they're Quest 3 games, though, is what I'm worried about. Because, yeah, that would be a little annoying. Oh, man. It's been a fun week, though. Big secret I haven't told everybody yet. I'm actually working on a new PC at the moment. So it's upstairs. It's almost done. It's close. It's going to really unlock some power for some new VR headsets, which I actually have several of them sitting around the room. I also haven't revealed to all of you yet. So, yeah, I'm excited for what's coming. Spark Attack showed up. Raynor's here. Lucky Scorpio. Hey, thank you, everybody. I'm pretty pumped for this to start. Hope the Quest 3 has better hardware. The new trailer, if you missed it, Spark Attack, they talk a little bit about the processing power. They said before it's supposed to have almost twice as much power. So, yeah, I'm hoping. GTA, Assassin's Creed, and Stranger Things. Nice, Oliver. I feel like I've seen, like, everybody's kind of expecting some of those from, like, the leaks Meta has done and stuff. So, yeah. What's up, James? Jeez, we got almost 40 people here, 22 likes. Thank you, everybody. I'm pretty pumped for this to start. We got time to talk, so let's talk Quest 3. Maybe I should actually pull up the trailer here for anybody who missed it. How hard would that be to do? 3 have better graphics. I already missed the trailer. Let me see how hard it would be to just pull the trailer up for all of you. Yeah, we'll watch the I almost said GTA 3 trailer. That makes no sense. We'll watch the Quest 3 trailer together, and then we'll talk about that a little while we're waiting. Yep, the new Snapdragon should be way better. we see Half-Life Alyx. Yonkman, I don't know. I feel like that's a big ask even for new hardware. GTA is all, I feel like, all I've been waiting for forever. Okay, let me see if I can do this really quick. So, pause. Full screen. Turning the volume up on it, so let me know if I blow anybody's ears out.
Bump it up another level, like only you can do. Switch it up, 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 make it move, go ahead, switch it up. What you gonna do with the power? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with the power? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? What you gonna do with the power? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with the power? You gon' go ahead. Switch it up. 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 About to be a good time. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. Make it move. Go ahead. Switch it up.
Sorry, I muted myself during that, and I forgot to turn that back on. So, welcome back. We were just rewatching that Quest 3 trailer that just dropped this morning. Welcome to Sullyman, Son of Jackal. VRC, Virtual Reality Checks in the house. I didn't get to watch your new video yet. Virtual Reality Check with the thumbnail was amazing. The freaking ice on your face. Temmie, thank you. Temmie's been a supporter for a long time. Thank you, buddy. Hey, the little alerts worked. I actually got my alert box working. Look at me looking like a pro here. Except then I just moved that and I muted myself. If you show up here thinking I'm good at streaming, be prepared. I am not. It's like I'm looking, trying to catch up back on the chat. All I see is muted, 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 muted. Yeah, the controllers basically look just like the Quest Pro controller Spark Attack, but they don't have any cameras on them. So how were they tracking? That's something I was interested in. Sammy V, I don't really see a difference or anything. It's going to be a lot thinner. That's one of the big things. So like the balance of the weight on your head should be a lot better with the Quest 3. That's a big deal. What's up, Just a Pair? We got almost 50 people here, 35 likes. Thank you, everybody. We're heading into this stream. I'm pretty pumped for what's coming today. But I feel like they kind of, I said this earlier, but they kind of like messed up the whole like big announcement of the day by dropping the Quest 3 trailer, but maybe they think that's going to send more people over. And what does everybody think about the freaking Apple headset that's potentially we're going to hear about in 4 days? I feel like that's another reason they dropped this trailer early. I feel like, oh my gosh, Vincent's in the house. What's up, Vincent? I think I have that hashtag in there, but thanks for dropping it in the chat, buddy. I feel like this gaming showcase might have just been games, and then they were like, oh, if Apple's revealing something on the 5th, we're going to reveal the Quest 3 on the 1st, and like that's why it wasn't part of the showcase. But who knows, it might still happen in the showcase, or maybe they'd add it last minute. But I know these things are like usually filmed way ahead. They're a big production to make. What's up, Assassin32? Good to see you, buddy. Earflop says, I'm thinking they still have IR lights on the controllers again, just with the lack of big rings. it's possible, but your hand could essentially block almost all of the controller while you're playing. So it doesn't really make sense that there would be IR lights on there that could still be seen by the headset. You know what I mean? I don't have Apple headset on. Me neither, Tractor. That will be one we will not be reviewing on the channel. I mean, they're talking like $3,000. That's a ton of money. That's a ton. Didn't even know. Tammy didn't even know about the Apple headset. I also didn't know this would be a gaming showcase today. Well, we're getting you all the news here. You know everything that's going on. Meta says they're going to be starting theirs in 10 minutes. So for those of you who've showed up recently, thank you about the audio. Yeah, I turned that up for the other one. Again, don't expect that I'm good at streaming. I'm very out of practice. So when the gaming showcase starts, I'm going to cut, my camera will go off. We'll just full screen the gaming showcase itself. And then I'll be in the chat here still chatting with all of you, typing and talking. So that's what I'll do. That way we're not talking over anybody, distracting, and we don't miss any of the good stuff, because this thing's supposed to be a decent length. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of game trailers, a lot going on. And I believe some of our VR friends, I saw like an Instagram post where it showed some of them down there. So maybe, I don't know if they're going to be in it. VR Zone, thank you so much. Thank you, VR Zone. Oh. Yep, Oliver says the Quest 3 is looking like really high quality, apparently nearly 4K per eye. Yeah, we're talking, it's looking like the same pancake lenses from the Quest Pro. And even if the resolution isn't that much higher, pancake lenses make it look way better because you can use smaller screens, so you have higher pixel density. So yeah, I'm really excited. Silent, excited to be here. Excited you're here too, buddy. We got like 40 legs on the stream, 50 people here hanging out. Thank you, everybody. We still got a while till this thing starts, but I can't wait. Michael Jason Cook, the price is $499 for the Quest 3. I'm guessing that's like the base model or like a lower storage model. And that will be, we'll get more details on September 27th at the Connect event. So this was like a real tease or reveal, whatever you want to call it, but this was a long ways out. What's up? I see more people showing up here in the chat. Freestyle Skater, Astro Mio, The Blaze. Thank you, everybody who is showing up this morning. Snowable, some names I've never seen here before, so thank you. Yeah. Quest 3 is obviously going to be the big talk of the day, but oh man, the comments section on the gaming showcase is just going nuts with spam. The Quest 3 is going to be big news, but I'm hoping this gaming showcase can upfit. 128 gigs to 500. Yep, so there'll probably be, what, a 256 for 600, I would guess. That's how they usually do it. Assassin's a little surprised they did a 128. I feel like it used to be 64 was what they launched at. So 120 is still a lot more storage than that. Obviously, if they make more big games and stuff, it's going to be an issue to keep up with it. So yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen. Thanks for all your... Hey, Spirax, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we do what we can with reviews. It's been a little dry in reviews lately just because the Quest 2 kind of stuff is slowing down. I feel like we found like the best accessories out of all of them, but there's still some coming in that I'm checking out and stuff too. But yeah, it's definitely in between the Quest 2 and 3. There's going to be a little bit less of all that. Astromeo's hoping for that GTA San Andreas Quest 2, but I'm hoping to. Gosh, what if they reveal it and say it's a Quest 3 exclusive? Oh, that'd be like a punch in the gut. I'm guessing, though, any of the games announced today, they should all be Quest 3 compatible, too, and they'll probably look way better on it, so I'm pretty pumped for that. I am so curious about the controllers for the Quest 3, though. Like, how are they going to track? Whoa! A new subscriber, Rebecca Hydrick. Actually, I was going to keep an eye on that, because we are, like, when this stream started, I think we were 10 subscribers from 41,000. Oh, we are 9 subscribers now. Hey, thank you so much. We got Mr. Tassel popping in here. Mr. Tassel, if you don't know, makes all kinds of 3D printed accessories, a bunch of the stuff on this shelf. Hang on. Right there. Mr. Tassel made those. Right there. All this stuff up here. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. What's up, Mr. Man? I keep seeing more and more new names showing up in the chat here. Thank you, everybody. We got over 50 people here, 43 likes, and we got time still. This thing isn't starting for another 6 minutes. Oh, just a pair with €2. I think that's euros. I get in trouble sometimes for mixing up euros and pounds, but it looks like an E, so I think it's euros. Thank you so much for the donation. Seriously, it means a lot. Thank you. Prince MG can't wait to replace the Quest 2 with a broken data transfer with the Quest 3. My Quest Pro is having problems with data transfer. It's not liking when I plug in a cable and it just won't show up on the PC, so I feel you. Tracker, big supporter, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anybody who becomes a channel member, you're making all this possible, so thank you. Of course, the donations too, like Just a Pair, Temmie. Thank you so much, everybody. It really means a lot to me. San Andreas and Assassin's Creed Blaze, those are some of my top ones too. There's been, someone said earlier in the chat, Stranger Things. I would be up for that. I feel like a lot of times we're a little late to the party in VR with like the height of popularity of things. Like a Stranger Things came like 2 years ago, probably would have been a lot bigger, but I'll take it. I'll take any big IP we can get at this point. Weaver's Wonderful World showed up. I don't need to do a data transfer since I only use my Quest 2 for PCVR wireless play. Yeah. When I pull videos off them, I'm sometimes doing it over at John's or not at home. So it's like, okay, let's just use a cable real quick. And yeah, it does not always work the way I want it to. Buy stamps, people. We got Rich Schaefer, aka Shafe Dog, showing up in the house. Buddy, I bought stamps for the first time in years. A couple weeks ago, actually, to send out some JayBratt stickers. Oliver McLeod, just remember Behemoth. Yep, that was the cinematic trailer that came out. Just a pair. Oh, my alerts are just really late. I just heard the alert and I saw Just a Pair donate €2. Yep, the alerts are really late. You guys doing pre-show too, right? So there's the whole thing is supposed to start in 4 minutes. So when that starts, depending on if it's pre-show or if it's just a countdown, if it's pre-show, we'll full screen that. I'll go silent, talking, turn off the mic, but I'll be in the chat, chatting with all of you. The Quest 3 is very expensive. Astra, I'm interested because I hear people saying already, I feel like 500 for the new headset versus, I guess, 400, 300. You know, the Quest 2 started at a low price of 300, but it's like 400. So I feel like 500 for the brand new one doesn't seem like that huge of a difference, does it? Yeah. Do you think? Yes, crossplay. Quest 2 and Quest 3, all games should be crossplay. Same OS. The only problem will be eventually, just like we're seeing with the Quest 2, the Quest 3 will have enough power that developers may want to only develop for it and make Quest 3 exclusives. But everything that exists now should play on the Quest 3 just fine. Yeah, I think around 500 sounds right. 450 probably would have been a little more approachable because it would have been a little more money, but not a lot more. Do you think the PSVR 2 or wait for the Quest 3? Drizzy, I hate to say it. I mean, I love PSVR. That was my OG headset. But right now, with the games that are coming, I feel like Quest 3 is probably where it's going to be at. Developers are going there. Unless PSVR 2 gets some amazing exclusives, it still costs more, and you got to have a PS5. If right now I had $600 saved, but I didn't own a PS5, I would definitely just wait for the Quest 3. It's like you could save up for the PS5 and that. Or even if I had $600 and I had the PS5, I still might wait on the Quest 3. I hate to say it, but the wireless freedom, the new tech that's coming with it, it's really going to come down to games though. So this gaming showcase should help us kind of change our minds about what's coming, what to know. So Mr. Task says it should be it's 128 gig for the $500 for the Quest 3, which we know needs to be 400 and top end 500. Yeah, I feel like that $400 wireless VR headset thing is kind of a thing of the past, especially as they're cramming more and more features into these. I feel like it's gonna be harder and harder. Untrue. When do you think the Quest 4 will release? I would say 1 to 2 years after the Quest 3 with the pattern that we've seen. Hi, Willow. Are you gonna come get me all hairy right before the show? All right, we got 2 minutes on the showcase here, so when that happens, I'm gonna hop over. We got over 60 people here, over 50 likes. Welcome, everybody. So for those of you who joined since and already haven't heard me say this, when the showcase starts, we're going to full screen that. I'm going to go silent. I'm going to go dark, but I will be chatting in the chat with all of you about things as they happen. That way I'm not talking over anybody or interrupting anything. So I don't know. This thing is only 2 minutes away. I don't know if it's going to be the actual showcase, a pre-showcase, or if it's just going to be a countdown. If it just shows up 15-minute countdown timer, 10-minute countdown timer, then I'll keep chatting with you. But if it goes into the showcase, we're going to switch over to that. So probably in preparation, I'm going to go ahead and kill the music. And I'm going to get ready to pop this thing into full screen. Oh my goodness, Willow. Have you tried the Catwalk C2? What do you think? Spearx, I haven't. I've only tried the Omnis. And the Omni seemed like it had a ways to go still. I'm excited about the future of VR treadmills, but I feel like they have some work to do. Boy, I'm a little worried about this stream. I keep seeing weird stuff popping up here on the screen, so I hope everything's working well. Sammy B. Snowable says, I would love to get the Quest 3. Jive Turkey showing up. At least one person will buy the Quest 3. Yeah, I'll get a Quest 3 for sure. I think a lot of people have been waiting on this. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn off the chat box on the screen. Turn off the alert box. All right, this says we're waiting for MetaQuest, so let's see what's happening here. Yep, ear flat. I might be depending on the financial stats. That definitely, it makes a big difference. We're up to over 70 people here, and now we're just kind of waiting for them to get this thing started. So, oh, all right, everybody.
Long have I guarded this peaceful kingdom, protecting the barrier between darkness and light. But invaders from another world threaten to take my home. I won't let them!
Welcome, everyone, to our third annual MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. I'm thrilled to be back hosting, and it's a big day. This morning, Mark Zuckerberg shared that our MetaQuest 3, our next-gen VR headset, is launching later this year. MetaQuest 3 is our follow-up to MetaQuest 2 and will feature advanced tech that opens up new possibilities in both VR and MR. It will also be backwards compatible with Quest 2's entire library of over 500 games and apps. Later in the show, we'll explore Oculus Studio's biggest and most immersive game ever with a gameplay deep dive. A game that will take advantage of MetaQuest 3's cutting-edge hardware. We have way more to share when MetaQuest 3 releases, including specs, more apps and experiences, and a whole slate of groundbreaking MR content. These are all stepping stones toward our long-term vision for building the metaverse. But for today's showcase, it's all about VR games. Every title you see today will be playable on both MetaQuest 2 and 3, and is currently set to launch in the next 12 months. So let's get started.
Are you ready?
Samba de Amigo in VR. I could not be more excited because music is such an important part of my life. I was a professional musician for years, and at Meta, I've gotten to work with the talented teams behind a bunch of other rhythm games. Playing Samba de Amigo in VR feels like it's always belonged here. And I can't wait to see everyone shaking their maracas when Sega brings the game to the MetaQuest store this fall. Back in February, Shell Games revealed I Expect You to Die 3, Cog in the Machine. Today, I can confirm that this third helping of Spy Hijinks, or Spyjinks, is coming to the MetaQuest store this year. Hopefully your skills haven't gotten too rusty, because this threequel will send agents on their most challenging mission yet. Confront more villainous villains, tackle more perilous perils, and expect to die a few more times.
Oh, you are either very strong or that steering wheel was not attached correctly. Dr. Roxana Prism is a former inventor for the agency. She truly believes she can create a better agent.
Oh, hey, I'm Rob Butler.
You'll either prove her wrong or prove her right. You're dead in that second scenario.
Once you're dead, everyone will see just how superior my robots are to human agents.
Hey, you found some nickel. Do it again and you'll have 10 cents.
Every time we encounter Agent Phoenix, we get stronger.
Check this out, we can fly now.
It's simply a matter of time and iteration.
You think that's the end? It's not even begun!
Are you using Dr. P's notes I left in there? Aren't they great? Sometimes I look at them because they make me happy.
You don't have to play the series in order, but if you'd like to, you'll find the first two games bundled in the MetaQuest store for 40% off for a limited time. That's not all Shell Games is working on. They made a promise at last year's showcase. 3 games over the next 2 years. Hot off the press, let me introduce you to Silent Slayer, Vault of the Vampire. Silent Slayer is a single-player horror game that'll bring you face-to-face with slumbering vampires. And as you might guess from the title, stealth is key to survival. As Shell Games puts it, silence is golden, sound is death. Spooky. Let's take a peek.
Keep silent. Gently. At last. Aim for the center of the chest. And do not be gentle.
At last year's showcase, we revealed Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. And then I got to drive off into the sunset in the iconic Ecto-1. For this year's show, Sony Pictures VR and nDreams put together a little dossier on the Ghost Lord himself. Who is he? And how did he get to be so mean? Along the way, we'll get a glimpse of the West Coast's first Ghostbusters HQ, some iconic San Francisco landmarks, and the spirits and specters that you'll be trapping there with your friends. Let's take a look.
You think you know the whole story of the Ghostbusters. Well, you don't know my story. 1984. My research brought me to Columbia University, where I studied under the Ghostbusters. They dismissed my work, called it dangerous. But in San Francisco, I can show them, with its untapped cauldron of the undead. Where others saw fear, I saw subjects. How could I know my research would stir a dormant evil? The Ghost Lord. Alcatraz. Tortured souls, whose guilt I could drain and drain again. Their pain, the price of progress. My dear assistant Katie understands. Soon everyone will understand. Especially you, Ghostbusters, with your silly parlor tricks. You will see the progress I have made. Know the power I have harnessed. You will realize that I, Gustav Hookfather, am the genius who gave the world endless clean energy. The Ghost Lord is coming.
What have I brought upon the world?
The time of the Ghost Lord is here.
Check this out. The team let me into the San Francisco Ghostbusters HQ a little early, and it's still under construction, but I've got my proton pack, my PKE meter, and I know exactly who I'm teaming up with to take out the Ghost Lord. Because if there's one thing you can say about me, is that I ain't afraid of no ghost. Whew. Anyway, when we asked One Hamsub, developers of Rocket NX, what's something players will love about your new game, they said, you can lose an arm, then pick it back up and bash your enemies with it. There you go. Underdogs is a physics-based brawler where you wrap yourself in your 5-ton gorilla mech and rampage through New Bracca, the 22nd century mech fighting capital of the world. Take on whatever the pitmasters throw your way and upgrade your mech to be even more fearsome. But remember, the more you climb the ranks, the more every lowlife in the city will be gunning for you. So get ready to claw your way up the food chain.
Yo, this city ain't never gonna let two base boys like us in. Nah, this the jungle out here, bruv. If we wanna get into New Bracca, we're gonna have to fight like fucking animals.
Watch out, bad man, no madman. And I got the style like Jan Nam. Bang bang in my gangland. Turn man upside down like a handstand. Don't this man, me not use this man. Man I'm on arms like drop this man. My walk none of them boy can't withstand. Them are the minimal, some like people. When I take this, we like a pivotal. Human as rock, all like mineral. Send for your army,
I want to some of them, they think of some joke thing. No, sir. Watch out.
Rick! You're in the wreck! Get up, man! The bubble's critical! Your arm's broken clean off! Ricardo! They're coming in for the kill! Get up and fight!
Listen, when I start working, man get shook. In my face, them boy can't look. They will get fried up, they will get cooked. All South set, I don't get overlooked. You don't get...
At last year's show, we revealed NFL Pro Era, the first NFL and NFLPA licensed VR football sim. Since the games launched last October, you've completed over 3 million NFL seasons and unlocked over 9 million trophies. But what's next? Here to tell you is Status Pro president and co-founder and former NFL wide receiver, Andrew Hawkins.
Thanks, Ruth. Our goal last year at Status Pro was to give people the experience of being NFL QB1, feeling the rush of stepping onto the field and leading your favorite NFL team to victory. And the positive response we got from our community was overwhelming, but that was just the beginning. Later this year, we're upping the game with the next evolution of NFL Pro Era. This year is all about showing the world what you've got. With the new version of NFL Pro Era, we're expanding multiplayer so you and your best friend can pit your favorite teams against each other and see who comes out on top. There's a world of competition out there, and we want to see how our community's QB skills stack up. We got a lot more to share, though, between now and launch. New features, new modes. This is more than a roster update. The next version of NFL Pro Era will build on last year's game in so many cool ways, and we cannot wait to get it in your hands. Check us out on social. We posted a lot of community and game updates there before we launch this fall. This is really cool, by the way.
Thanks, Hawk. All right, moving on from the field to the court. Back in December, Resolution Games, creators of Blastin' and Demio, revealed their latest project, Racket Club, an all-new sport designed exclusively for VR. Practice your swing solo, play pickup matches with people all around the world, or just hang out and socialize courtside with your friends in this one-of-a-kind sports complex. Here's a new look at Racket Club. At our debut gaming showcase, I premiered the launch trailer for Wraith: The Oblivion Afterlife from Fast Travel Games. It was the first VR game set in the world of darkness. And today, we're diving back into the world of supernatural horror with an all-new adventure RPG, Vampire: The Masquerade Justice, which will send you to Venice. But not the Venice you see on postcards. You are a vampire, comfortable in the city's darkest shadows. Hide in plain sight, drink the blood of mortals, and use your vampiric abilities to become the ultimate judge of the guilty. So, without further ado, let's sink our teeth into the debut trailer for Vampire: The Masquerade Justice.
Venice. Italy. Felt like I was back on square one. hiding in the night. I didn't want to get dragged into this. But the guilty must be punished. You do well to remember that. Because if you don't, I'll make things very uncomfortable for you.
Next, an adventure that never needs to end. This one is special to me. It's developed by Othergate, a studio co-founded by 4 VR veterans who I used to work with for years on the Oculus Studios team on our very first and super popular franchise, Dead and Buried. I know firsthand that these guys are masters at making fun multiplayer games, and I am honored to announce their next project, Dungeons of Eternity. This 1 to 3 player dungeon crawler generates levels from hundreds of unique chambers, so no 2 trips are the same. You'll explore dark crypts, ruined castles, and deep caverns. Battle monstrous enemies with melee and magic, solve puzzles, avoid traps, gather loot, escape back to safety, level up, and then do it all over again in a brand new dungeon. Take a look. Okay, we brought back Samba de Amigo, but we must have other beloved classics waiting in the wings, right? How about one of the best-selling games of the 90s? An iconic mystery, maybe? Something a little spooky? Yeah, I think we have one like that.
It's you! Don't be afraid. I'm here to help. There are many like me here, trapped in this house. Each night, the guests arrive.
Stout, what do you want? Show yourself!
The 7th guest is mostly known for ushering in the CD-ROM era, once upon a time. But it's a great puzzle adventure game. And it's cool to see Vertigo Games and Vertigo Studios Rotterdam staying true to the original, but reimagining it for a new era. The team is using volumetric video to capture the live-action performances of actors to help tell the game's story. They're also fully recreating the iconic mansion in 3D for the first time. Just don't be surprised if it starts changing shape around you. It is haunted after all. In addition to The Seventh Guest, Vertigo is working on Arizona Sunshine 2, a sequel to one of the most popular games from VR's early days. This one people have been waiting to see for a long time, including me. You might have seen the CG reveal recently, but today we have another short teaser for you. Time to say hello to your old pal Freddy, and hello to a new friend as well.
Oh, what's going on, Fred? Hold up. Allow me to show you how it's done. Nice, but... Oh, yeah, that's gonna do. Watch and learn. What the... Get a room. You know that only counts as one.
In Arizona Sunshine 2, you'll survive the desolate waste of Arizona with your new best friend, Buddy, who you can trust to have your back, even when Freddies are trying to take a bite out of it. Arizona Sunshine 2 launches later this year, so be sure to check out the game's extended CG reveal trailer if you haven't already. Okay. Last November, Netflix and Tenderclaws revealed that the hit series Stranger Things is coming to VR. I hope you're comfortable in the Upside Down, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there. In this chilling psychological horror experience, you are Vecna, invading people's minds and conjuring up their worst nightmares as you look to take revenge on Eleven and her friends. Stranger Things VR comes to MetaQuest Store later this year. And here is a brand new trailer. Next, it's time to strap into your omnidirectional mobility gear and prepare to fight the unthinkable. Attack on Titan is a best-selling manga series, acclaimed anime adaptation, and now, thanks to the team at Universe, an exhilarating VR game. Attack on Titan VR Unbreakable lets you join the Scout Regiment and go head-to-head with the Titans themselves. Swing through the air using your ODM gear and take down enemies many times your size as you try to protect the last vestiges of humankind. Some of you may already be familiar with this game because we teased it late last year, but you didn't get to see the game's dynamic, high-flying battles. Today you will. Back in 2011, Polish developer People Can Fly, the creators behind Outriders and Painkiller, introduced the world to skill shots. Blast an enemy out of the air, skill shot. Kick him into a cactus, skill shot. Crush somebody under a hot dog cart. You get the idea. Now imagine how creative you could get with that system in VR. Forget imagining it. We've got it. Here's your first look at Bulletstorm in VR. of Norse mythology. That journey ended here, imprisoned in this very tavern by the trickster god Loki. But Destiny has more in store for you. From Sanzaro Games and Oculus Studios, this is the world premiere of Asgard's Wrath 2.
Chaos is spreading. Loki's evil invades all realms.
He must be stopped.
Betrayal has made you stronger, Guardian.
No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the
hour. Your reality is my Guardian.
Exact your vengeance.
And unleash your wrath.
Asgard's Wrath 2 is an all-new standalone adventure in this epic series. Freed from prison by the Weavers of Fate, you'll set out on a new quest across time and space, from the Norse realms to the deserts of ancient Egypt. Here on the Great Sand Sea, you'll once again battle gods and creatures of myth to stop Loki from upending all of creation. When the original Asgard's Wrath released on PCVR, it wowed players with its jaw-dropping scale, brutal physics-based combat, and stunning graphics. Asgard's Wrath 2 will set a whole new standard for wireless VR. This is the deep and immersive action RPG that you've been waiting for, packing enormous, free-roaming environments, gorgeous visuals, and well over 60 hours of exploration and tense combat into MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest 3. Today, my friend Matt Kramer, head of design at Sanzaro Games, will take us on a tour of the team's groundbreaking title. Everything you're about to see was captured in-game. Matt, the mic's yours.
Thanks, Ruth. I'm so excited to show everyone what we've been working on at Sanzaro these last few years. Asgard's Wrath 2 picks up where the first game left off, in a mysterious tavern you can't escape from. You're suddenly thrust into battle with a giant creature, clearly from another realm. Just when you think all is lost, you encounter the Weavers of Fate, a trio of beings that set you off upon your adventure to find and stop Loki. So just how much bigger is this game? Not only will you travel through new Asgardian locations, like Muspelheim, the Land of Fire, the Weavers of Fate will also bring you to new realms, like the vast desert expanse of ancient Egypt. These massive worlds, beyond the scope of any other game on the MetaQuest platform, come alive in Asgard's Wrath 2. Dotted with temples, caves and dungeons, characters to meet,
travel well,
monsters to battle, quests and side quests, wildlife, crafting resources, mini-games, and more. This is a living world you can roam and explore freely. The most expansive of these worlds is the Great Sand Sea, full of hidden treasures and unique events. You could spend hours upon hours exploring this map and still not discover all its secrets. You might decide to prove your combat prowess by hunting rare, high-level monsters that roam the sands, or gather plants or and animal parts to craft useful consumable goods, such as bait to attract wildlife, or a ward that provides a temporary AoE benefit wherever you throw it. But it's not all about survival. Kick back and fish, or beat your high score at the slingshot shooting gallery. There's no shortage of stuff to do and see outside the primary quest line. These worlds are so big, you're going to want some more speed as you move through them. Luckily, you'll have the power of a god at your fingertips. As with Asgard's Wrath, you'll be able to transform a few brave animals into unique warrior followers to help you solve puzzles and eviscerate enemies. New in this game, they'll serve as powerful mounts that can carry you swiftly across the massive realms of Asgard's Wrath 2. Of course, what's fast on foot or mount can look very different to a god. Like Asgard's Wrath, you'll also see the world from the god-scale perspective and use your cosmic powers to manipulate the mortal world around you. Reach inaccessible areas, solve puzzles, and more. You can't save the world alone, though. Egypt is full of would-be heroes who need your godly assistance to enter the realm of legend. Each hero in Asgard's Wrath 2 is completely unique. Different weapons, different skills and abilities, and different strengths. By possessing these mortals, you can help them fulfill their destinies and get closer to yours as well. The first of these heroes is Abraxas, a cynical tomb robber with a grudge against the gods. You and Abraxas make an unlikely pair, but you'll have to work together to take down fearsome enemies like the bloodthirsty goddess Sekhmet. Abraxas seeks vengeance against Sekhmet for the murder of his father. With his boomerang axe, whip sword, and bladed shield at your command, he'll stop at nothing to defeat her. Combat was one of the aspects players loved most about Asgard's Wrath, us included. It was vicious and brutal. Whether swinging a sword, throwing an axe, or even using your fists, the combat made you feel powerful and skilled. In the first game, the combat favored a defense-first approach, meaning you had to block and parry a series of enemy attacks before you had a chance to remove their runic shields. This loop had to be completed 3 or 4 times before you could start damaging an enemy. In Asgard's Wrath 2, our updated combat system is centered around player choice. Nothing is holding you back. You can chip away at enemy shields through a flurry of attacks or land skilled parries to trigger opportunity windows that let you cut through your enemy's defenses with ease. We've also expanded the systems to include elemental types for a greater degree of player customization and wider variety amongst enemy archetypes. This time, we have a full physics system implemented for weapons, with swords, axes, bows, staffs, and more at your disposal. You can find a combat style that's right for you. But you'll need to change up your approach, as enemies will now react to your every movement and switch up their own attacks. You'll also unlock new skills and abilities as you level up, letting you invest further in the weapons you use most. Unlock powerful abilities and super attacks to truly change the game. Nothing feels better than seeing your weapon soar into the air and rain down on a horde of enemies. You'll also discover relics you can slot into your weapons and armor that will provide you with powerful buffs, like adding fire damage to your weapon or heal over time, allowing you to customize your weapon set against each enemy you face. But you won't be the only one leveling up. Your animal followers have their own skill trees and will grow in power the more you spend time with them. Even with an upgraded companion and all these powers at your disposal, don't think the enemy AI will go easy on you. As you level up, so will they, gaining new abilities, smarter tactics, sneaky counters, stronger armor, powerful super attacks, and relics to use against you. Some will even heal each other, boost each other's damage, or call for reinforcements. You'll have to use all the strength, endurance, speed, and quick thinking you can muster to forge a path through the ravenous enemies that lay between you and your destiny. For a true challenge and the opportunity to earn bragging rights amongst your friends, you can step into the Uncharted Rifts, an infinitely replayable dungeon crawling mode with exclusive loot that you can take back with you into the main campaign. The Rifts are always open, so you can visit at any point during or even after the campaign and put your skills against some of the toughest time-limited challenges the Rifts have to offer. Face increasingly ferocious enemies as you delve deeper into these endless labyrinths, encountering the ghosts of players who fell victim to the Rifts before you. Whether friend or foe, these specters will be part of your dungeon, helping or hindering your progress. Survive long enough and you'll earn a spot on the leaderboards and those precious bragging rights. The Uncharted Rifts are deep and full of mystery. They're almost like a whole game on their own, and we've barely scratched the surface of all the unique dangers you'll encounter. I hope that this first look at Asgard's Wrath 2 has you excited. We've got so much more to show you. More heroes, more companions, more gods, Loki anomalies. I can't wait to show you more. Back to you, Ruth.
Okay, now head over to the MetaQuest store because pre-orders of Asgard's Wrath 2 are open. Pre-order and you'll get a copy of the original Asgard's Wrath on PC. You don't have to play it before, but it'll add some fun context. You'll also get immediate access to the Great Sand Sea home environment I'm standing in now, and unlock an exclusive Asgard's Wrath 2 themed character, as well as the title of Cosmic Guardian in Population 1. And once Asgard's Wrath 2 launches later this year, those who pre-ordered will get access to the Sword of Ra and the Sun God's battle armor. That's the end of our main showcase, but stick around for more because up next, we have some of the most passionate VR creators sitting down to discuss the games from the show. And while you're there, we're running a sale on favorites like NFL Pro Era, Resident Evil 4, Phone Lab, Among Us, and many more. And like last year, we're also giving away this awesome room I'm standing in. It's available now in settings under Home Environments. Of course, there's so much more we want to share with you. We plan to announce more games, major updates to existing titles, and we've got a whole new headset to launch. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thanks to the developers who helped put this show together. Keep playing, and we'll see you next year. I'm going to be in so much trouble if this leaks, but this actually looks a lot like Quest 6. The Ecto 1? Oh yeah, that's still parked at my place. No, they're not getting it back.
Long have I guarded this.
Hi everyone, I'm Travis Williams, Head of Production at Oculus Publishing. We hope you enjoyed our showcase and are excited for all the awesome games. We gathered some of our talented developers and your favorite VR content creators to talk a bit more about two of them, Asgard's Wrath 2 and Ghostbusters, Rise of the Ghost Lord. First up is Asgard's Wrath 2, the massive RPG coming to Quest later this year from Sanzero Games. Let's meet our guest. Matt Kramer is the studio creative director at Sanzero Games and a good friend of mine.
What's up, Travis?
You know? And here to grill him with questions are VR gaming creators from the community. We are pleased to welcome Jasmine of VR with Jasmine.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on, Jasmine? Jeff, AKA A Wolf in VR.
That's me.
What's going on? And Thomas, AKA Voodoo, DE.
Hi, guys.
Thank you all so much for being here. You guys have just seen our reveal trailer and gameplay walkthrough. I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but first, I'm going to kick things off with a question to Matt. What led your studio from the first game to Asgard's Wrath 2?
Well, the studio
Well, the first game, we just knocked it out of the park. I mean, it's the
Agreed.
largest, biggest action RPG ever made in VR.
Yes.
So what are we going to do? Let's make it bigger.
Yes,
Let's make
sure.
it better.
Ooh.
And that is what we're doing with Asgard's Wrath 2. So I cannot wait for you guys to dig into this game.
I want to so bad.
Like, Wrath 2 has so many different layers of gameplay. We've got the Uncharted Rifts. We've got over 60 plus hours of gameplay in large, huge, expansive worlds.
60.
So you guys saw the mounts, which we'll talk about further.
Yes.
So you can look at that.
I've read
zoom in on this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's me on the Panther thing.
That's our next mocap right there. So, but
Sorry.
But we've got these mounts, and so that just gives you any inkling of the size of the worlds. You can transform any of those guys at any moment.
So Jasmine, you're new to the Asgard's Wrath experience. What did you think of the trailer?
Wow. That's what Oh boy. The whole time I think boy. my jaw was on Let me the mess floor, with the just volume like, a little bit here. What? There's more, there's more, there's more. And honestly, the entire time I was looking at it, first I did notice how beautifully designed the characters are, like their costumes. So what's everybody excited for? I feel like my top game didn't show up. I feel like everybody's top game was GTA and it didn't show up. So yeah. I'm just going to turn them way down in the background. So if you want to hear what they're saying, let me know or turn on the stream separately as well. Oh, who hung out till the end? We got Astromeo, Lionel, Snowable, Assassin Tracker, Oliver, Thunder, Goddess, John, Edgardo, KW, so many people, VR Zone, Sarika. Yeah. I feel like after all these shows, I always bring up the word disappointed. And there was some cool stuff. Stranger Things, Attack on Titan, Asgard's Wrath 2. The fact that you get it free if you pre-order the other one. I feel like that's a pretty big deal. But GTA. Thunder, thank you. I'm glad you like the PC. I'm actually in the process of building another one right now. It's close. It's almost done. They talk about some Quest 3 specs. I think we got all the information, John, that we're going to know on the Quest 3 today, and they're going to hold out on us till freaking September 27th. Hang on. I do want to hear
probably the scale of it. I mean, you're a god, you're a little person, so on and so forth. But
he's a big
when you first
Asgard's
walk
Wrath
into
fan.
Jotunheim, which is the world of giants and all that, and you just look in the background and this giant's like suddenly getting up off the ground, and you're just like way down here, and you're just like looking up, craning your neck to see these giants moving. It's just incredible, and that's something that you can only feel in VR.
Absolutely.
If you don't recognize him, he usually doesn't
So how
have
about this
face
Asgard's
cam.
Wrath?
Oh man, I am so excited about it, and I assume you guys have even more like hidden collectibles and secrets all around the world that people can find. Because I remember one of my favorite parts about the first one is I played through the entire game. You hit the credits, but then there are these massive like side dungeons that tell their own story, and you kind of find those in random locations. Do you have stuff like this too, where I can go out and just do an entirely different game outside the main story?
Yeah, and it's something that we always think about. We're always valuing the player's time and experience.
I'm pretty pumped for what he's saying, what Wolf said about Asgard, because we don't really have that. I've been actually playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom lately. It's pretty rare that there's a flat game that'll pull me away from VR, but I've been playing that a lot, and it reminds me how many games out there normally have all these side quests, and you can just do other stuff. You don't have to follow the main story, and we just don't have a lot of that in VR, so it sounds like Asgard's going to have that. Temmie doesn't understand why they announced GTA VR and left us with no info for years. I hate to say, I feel like it might have gotten scrapped, because I feel like, why would they go this long without ever saying anything about it again? That has me worried. Is the pre-order 60 or only the game? So the pre-order is 60 for Asgard's Wrath 2, I guess. That's what I've heard in chat. I haven't verified that yet. But you get Asgard's Wrath Original on PC free if you pre-order it, which I think that game is still like $50 or something for it. Good job entering the giveaway, KWL. NBA 2K23 would be amazing. Yep. We got some more NFL stuff coming. Yeah, Temmie, I'm worried it was canceled. Ugh, jeez. How was the stream, though? We had freaking over 100 people at one point. We got 95 likes, so thank you to everybody. I don't know. We were like only a few subscribers away from 41,000, so I'm going to go take a look and see if we made it there. Oh, we're still just a few away. We're so close. It'll probably happen today. Assassin's Creed, that was another one they showed early. God, seriously, I feel like that whole Asgard's Wrath thing was so long that like I forgot what even came before it. But I feel like Assassin's Creed, we didn't get to see much about it, but they said there's info. Stranger Things is obviously a big deal. Ghostbusters, Attack on Titan, and Asgard. So I feel like I guess those are like the top 5 right there. You took notes, Gosh Robin. Smart. Smart. VR development is hard. It is hard, especially something like GTA. It's a huge project. But, like, tease us just so we know it's still a thing. Like, don't leave us just wondering for years.
Let's say you have your mount, your wonderful mount we call Severa, the Black Panther that you saw.
Thunder, the Quest 2 is still very good. My worry is what happened to the Quest 1 will happen to the Quest 2. The Quest 3 will have enough more power that developers will start to make games exclusive to it, and then you're going to have to upgrade if you want to keep playing all the games. Mascuti, I don't know how the Quest 3 controllers are going to work without tracking rings or cameras. Some people are thinking there's just IR lights inside the controllers, but the problem is if you had big hands, you could theoretically cover those controllers. It's got to be some other way. Maybe they're using magnetic tracking, some sort of sonar. Maybe there's cameras in them, but they're just the lens is covered. Maybe it's not as obvious. I don't know.
Oh, we have a ton. I mean, the shield in its own is...
So Tass says Quest 3 controllers are rumored to have a ring of IR lights on the outside edge, then a depth sensor. So if they have their own depth sensors, it's possible that with the info that it knows from the headset, seeing the room and the depths around it, maybe. I don't know. I'm very curious what they're doing there. When's the Quest 3 out? Because I only had the Quest 2 for about 6 months. Oh, and you got to wait almost another 6 months. It looks like October is probably when it's going to launch, I'm guessing. They said more info is coming at the Connect event on September 27th. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who super chatted, throwing those donations in there too. That means a lot. It really helps the channel. We're only 4 likes away from 100 likes. I think we can do it. Quest 3 giveaway. Astra, there's one going right now. I think, do I still have a link in my clipboard? Boom. There's still a Quest 2 giveaway going on. It ends in another 10 days. I'm not sure if there's going to be another one starting. Usually I start one before the last one ends, although we're kind of up in the air with all this news about whether Meta's going to keep sending us Quest 2s, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen there. Thunder, I hear you. It's going to be a while, though. I mean, we're talking another 5 or 6 months, so... And, I don't know. Some people will sell their Quest 2s to get that money towards a Quest 3. I don't know if that'll be interesting. Do you think the Quest 3 controllers will be backwards compatible? I doubt it, Kelvarian. I think the Quest Pro controllers will work on the Quest 3, but I don't think that you'll be able to get those. Gosh, I almost want to just rewind the freaking MetaQuest Gaming Showcase and let it run in the background, because I feel like this interview, none of us are hearing or listening to it at all. I'm sure they're saying interesting stuff, but like if we're chatting, it's not like we can listen to someone else talk. Astro Mayo, if Rockstar wasn't so aggressive towards modders, a Quest 2 mod for GTA, like the 5 Port 1, Minecraft, yeah, I agree you. But yet, people are afraid they'll get sued by Rockstar. That would be a bad thing to happen. I have about 8 people that bought a Quest 2 around Christmas. Even with the Quest 3 coming out, it was worth getting them into VR. Yes, I agree. It's always worth getting in now. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to jump around a little bit here, honestly, because I kind of want to look closer at some of the trailers again. So let's look at some of the ones that were more exciting.
The hardest difficulty, which we call Wrath.
Some of the vampire games actually looked pretty good.
Because it will punish you. I feel it. I want to see that YouTube video, you finishing the entire game on Wrath difficulty.
So Arizona Sunshine.
What's going on, Fred? Hold up.
Can someone tell me, did we know about this before today? I have so many things in my head all the time, I can't remember when things happen or when we find out about things. But I feel like this might have been shared before this.
Get a room.
Announced for PS4 2. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this was announced. Okay. I'm always worried that I've seen things that I can't talk about.
In Arizona Sunshine 2, you'll survive the desolate...
Okay.
Friends.
This was probably one of the most exciting. This is an Attack
VR
on Titan.
comes to MetaQuest store later this year.
This is interesting, though, because you're playing as the bad guy, right? I wonder if the whole Stranger Things game takes place in the Upside Down. It kind of looks like it. I was kind of hoping to get to see some of the actual world of it.
Next, it's time to strap into your omnidirectional mobility.
Oh, Attack on Titan looks really good, though. Go a little bigger here. KW, I don't know. It's usually about 1,000 people enter the giveaway, so it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance, which is pretty good odds for a YouTube giveaway, but still not great. Man, those Titans are gonna look so creepy. Oh, it's so naked. Someone said it was rated like 18+ because of that. I'm pretty pumped for that one. I wonder how far they went to like keep people from getting sick in that, because that looks like it could be a motion sickness simulator for people.
Back in 2011, Polish developer People Can Fly, the creators behind Outriders and Painkiller, introduced the world to skill shots.
This one was one I wasn't really expecting.
Blast an enemy out of the air, skill shot. Kick him into a cactus.
But it looked really good.
Skill shot. Crush some.
Okay. The big environments are great. It's always hard to know though, because I mean, you never know if they made these on PC or now even Quest 3. You don't know what the trailers were made on, so this might not be like on Quest 2. Asgard's Wrath is expensive, but you get Asgard's Wrath 1 on PC3, which is a really expensive game if you free. I'm sure Ruth is normally a nice tracker. I just had reason to. I had reason to do that. I didn't have my emotional suppressing software turned on. If anyone gets that reference, I'll be extremely impressed. Yeah, this with the big characters, the environment. This actually, Bulletstorm looks really good. I had no idea that was a thing, so that's exciting.
This is the Bulletstorm we all know and love. Every of Asgard's Wrath 2.
And then, of course, Asgard's Wrath. We'll just leave that. We'll leave that quietly running in the background. I think we've seen enough Asgard's Wrath today, but we'll leave it there. Okay, dude, I wish I could help you, join you and help with the channel. Hey, KW, just being here, liking the videos helps. Speaking of, we hit over 100 likes on the video. Thank you, everybody. What do you think of the price? The price of the Quest 3, we know it, Lionel. It's $499 for the 128 gigabyte. So probably there'll probably be like a 256 or maybe even a 512, probably for $600. Asgard's Wrath does look pretty cool. I'll give it that. I'm pretty excited just because I never got number 1. I always wanted to play it, but it's pretty expensive on PC. So if I pre-order this and then I get immediate access, I'm down for that. The bingo card assassin only has 1 large empty slot. That's pretty good. You got full bingo except for freaking Grand Theft Auto, which we all were really hoping for. 1 and then splits off the 2, which, yep, see that right there? See those 2? It would make it a little more comfortable that way, at least. So the stock head strap will be a little nicer. And the fact that the stock head strap, or the headset will be thinner and closer to your face, will bring that center of gravity in. So people might not feel like they need a head strap as bad with the Quest 3 as they did with the 2. Hey, Crud Nation. I think the Quest 3 will be worth upgrading to. Oh, yeah. You'll have to eventually. I'm sure with all the extra power it has, they'll eventually make it where games come exclusively to the Quest 3. We're just kind of skipping around and I can't believe this was the game they led the whole showcase with. Like, this is the first thing they started. I mean, it's big names. Like, it's kind of like a Just Dance of VR, I suppose. But maybe for all of them who have played it, this looks like a bigger deal than it looks like in person. Because it was just funny this was the game they chose to start it with. Chaotic, it is an upgrade from the Quest Pro for sure. It'll be missing some of the features the Quest Pro has, like face tracking. But it'll be... looks to be thinner. It's more powerful because of the new processor. It's got a new controller design. Who knows if those will be better or not. Although I gotta say, my Quest Pro controllers have been sucking lately. The tracking's all over the place. The M1 might be able to be made to work with the Quest 3 Weavers. I feel like the M2 is probably gonna be a pretty easy fit. Ugh, yeah, Kyle, I agree. GTA VR is just too much for him. What else do we have? Oh, I Expect You to Die 3. This game series is so fun, so funny. If you haven't played the I Expect You to Die games, they're definitely worth getting. I am pumped about this. I'm gonna have to sign off here soon and get some more videos ready and out for you today, but this has been fun. I just wish we had GTA. David, we're just rewatching some of the trailers from the showcase. So we're going back kind of reviewing some of the ones because the showcase moved pretty fast. This is I Expect You to Die 3, which is exciting. If anyone needs referral keys, join the Discord, because we have a whole spot for that on the Discord where you can get 25% off pretty much any Quest game through those links.
Are you using Dr. P's notes I left in there? Aren't they great? Sometimes I look at them because they make me happy.
There was 2 vampire games, and the first one looked alright, and then the second one actually looked pretty good. Let's go take another look at Ghostbusters, then we'll take another look at the vampire one, and then we'll probably end the stream. 1984, that's old.
They dismissed my work, called it dangerous. But in San Francisco, I can show them.
Coordinations, you gotta catch up. They're bundling 1 and 2 right now, so you can get them cheaper because of that.
How could I know my research would stir a dormant evil? Alcatraz.
I just went to Alcatraz for my first time ever. Meta actually took a crew of us out there. That was cool. I've never been on the island, I've just seen it from a distance.
Everyone will understand, especially you, Ghostbusters. With your silly
Ghostbusters does look good. I'm excited for this.
the progress I have made. Know the power I have harnessed.
GTA tracker, I know. We're all waiting on GTA VR.
Gustav Hookfather am the genius who gave the world endless clean energy. The Ghost Lord is coming.
What have I brought upon the world?
The time of the Ghost Lord is here.
Ghostbusters. Oh, there was a mech game as well that looked good. Yeah.
If we want to get into New Braca, we're gonna have to fight like fucking animals.
This looks like a good case use for the Mac system because it would also be immersive because it would make sense that like you move your hands but then a stick moves your legs. I'm always interested in how they do that in games to make them more immersive. Oh yep, in the live stream now they're talking to the Ghostbusters developers. Techman is there, Gamertag, and Otterworldly.
Really fun when you go around the corner and you get absolutely swarmed by.
Do you feel bad killing them though?
Not at all.
Picking them up.
No. Don't try and eat them.
No.
Speaking of the ghosts, like, you know, you mentioned the ghost of the crocodile.
So this is all after show. If you want to go see us, you can go see us on the actual
stream. What made you come up with these designs? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we looked at the Spirit Guide and all the existing
Otterworldly
IP,
has
and
never
we just
made
tried
it.
to make the most fun.
Otterworldly has never made it to any of our meetups, but Techman and Gamertag are both really fun. Techman's hilarious. Gamertag's just a super nice dude, though. I really like him.
That you've chosen. Can you tell me, like, how'd you come up with that art style? Like, what was the decision? Like, you know, I'm gonna do something like a.
Let me see where. All right. So with that, that's officially the end of the showcase and everything that happened with it. The Quest 3 does it have a headphone jack? I haven't seen one on there, but I mean, it's hard to imagine they wouldn't put one on. You're joining the Discord, KW. Thank you. We're not going to switch to the LAN show. We'll just go back to that. The last one I wanted to look at again was the Vampire, the other Vampire game trailer. Not Asgard. Not Bulletstorm. Not Stranger Things. Although there was a lot of good ones. Not Arizona Sunshine. Oh, this game, actually, they said this was an old 90s game that they brought back. This looks really good. We'll turn that down so we can chat, though. Assassin GT seems awesome. Yeah, nice guy.
Don't be afraid. I'm here to help.
I will say the future of Quest looks bright. There's a lot of good games. We were all waiting on GTA. Like, that was the big hope and what we were waiting for. So I'm disappointed to see that's not a thing, but what can you do? So with that, I want to say a huge thank you again to everybody. There's still 50 of you here, over 100 likes. We got a bunch of super chats and live stream donations and stuff, which I really appreciate. So seriously, we hit 40,000 really recently. I don't know if we hit 41 in the post show here. We were like just a few subscribers away from 41,000. We're so close. We'll probably be at 41,000 today at this rate. So again, thank you, all of you out there, so much. Make sure that I'm not missing any new chats though. Thank you so much, everybody, once again. I hope you have an amazing week. We got some more videos recapping this. We got the news from the week coming for you. Everything you like. We got some reviews coming up on a whole bunch of stuff. I actually have 3 new VR headsets behind me that I need to finish reviewing. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening. I don't know where my live chat went. Aha. So let me just, oh, Papa Bear popped in here at the end. Even though you're at Animazement right now, I'm impressed you popped in. Yep, disappointed no mention of GTA. KW, well, now you've had a YouTuber say hi to you. Clip this and send it to him. Yep, Weavers, more Quest 3 details. We've seen stuff. So yeah, again, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to head out and go get more videos made for all of you. But I want to say thank you for coming out and being here with me today live. And I will see you in another reality.